I've put pianos in some pretty unique places, whether it was in the Ice Castle in Stillwater, the cliffs in Malibu, the cherry tree orchards in Michigan. I always love creating these music videos that are larger than life, and I do feel bad for the piano movers. Hey, I'm Phil Thompson. I'm a Kawai-endorsed touring piano performer and vocalist. I graduated from the University of Minnesota in 2007 with a degree in entrepreneurship. So I started playing piano when I was 4 years old, and I was so lucky because my first piano teacher really instilled in me this love of music. And it was always for me an escape because it was fun to play these songs that I knew. It was always something fun I loved doing. Shortly after graduating college and leaving my career in investment banking, I saw an opportunity to play piano at the US Open tennis tournament. Reached out to them, cold called, and sure enough, they said, yeah, we've got an opening for you to play in our hospitality suite. And so I went out there, I did a great job, ended up getting invited back for 3 years in a row, which then in turn opened the door to play in Toronto, Atlanta, and Las Vegas. And then I was seen and invited to play in China, in Beijing, Shanghai, Macau, all these great places. But it was only because I took that first leap of faith, that jump. And I think that was one of those lessons that I learned even in the entrepreneurship program at Carlson, was to take chances. For me, I take so many things from the University of Minnesota into what I'm doing today. And I think the biggest thing is the creative spirit, the entrepreneurial spirit. And it went back to freshman year in Territorial Hall. And I was the Hall Council president. I like to still brag about that. But the projects we would do for Spring Jam or Homecoming, getting to create these things in a collaborative way with my fellow students and having fun, but building something and taking that all the way through to the entrepreneurship program and starting a business with my fellow students. And whether I'm doing a new music video, whether I'm doing a new album, charity compilation, whatever it is I'm doing, I've realized it is that collaborative spirit that really allows you to make things happen. For me, I want to just continue growing with music, and I think that's a big reason why this last year I had my first collaboration with an orchestra, and that was a goal of mine that I wanted to have that experience, partly because I love soundtrack music and big orchestras, but it was a challenge. It was something I'd never done, orchestrating and doing the score for a piece of music. With the last music video I did, I was able to actually record with an orchestra at Ted Mann Concert Hall at the University of Minnesota. And sneaking into that space as a student, I was like, wow, this is such a huge concert hall. I'm like, man, if I could ever play here, that would be the pinnacle of my career. I'd know I'd made it. So for me to be able to actually record in that space where, whatever it was, 10, 12 years before that, I'm a student, it really brought my career full circle, but it was one of those pinch me moments where it's like, wow, I can't believe, it all started here at the U, and yeah, it all comes back. It was great. So after graduating from the U, I did go to Los Angeles for 5 or 6 years in the entertainment. I thought that's where I needed to be. And it was only after going to Los Angeles that I realized, Minnesota is where my home is, and it's where my network of friends, family is, and it's where I really wanted to have my business in music. So I moved back home because the scene in Minnesota is great for businesses and really for musicians. And for me, the music scene in the Twin Cities is very much about, all boats go up with a rising tide. And I think that's the Twin Cities music scene in a nutshell. Giving back has always been something that, from an early age, my parents instilled in me this desire to give back. And I think music and nonprofits go so well together because, it's the music that moves us to make a change, to do things. And so to be able to do that in the Twin Cities, to be able to, give back with music, whether it's a performance or whether it's the charity albums that I've produced, that's what's helped keep the spark alive, is being able to make a difference with music.